is waiting. It's 44 Hannah, Montana. It went from 88 to 44. Shout out to the 44. Very special people. Good people. Lovely people. Beautiful people. Shout out to the 44. Good people. Beautiful people. Lovely people. 44 people. They watch me. I don't know why. I don't know. What up, CJ? What up, Nasty? Nasty in the building. What's up with you, man? Good people, beautiful people, lovely people. They're the 44. They're my people. They watch me. I don't know. They say your word is everything. Everything in who eyes. Guys confuse lies with the truth. That mean the truth lies. My 2 wives seen plenty of dudes die, but I survived. You guys can't walk in my shoes. You not my shoe size. I flipped a couple bricks. Few birds flew by. Coat white like it got blonde hair and blue eyes. Pies I moving them in the hood. I'm a hoodlum. My jury shot my jewelry box. Remind you of Jerusalem. Cats let the gat blast fast like a Muslim. I call a 9 Ramadan when I'm introducing them. Bars. Hello, internet, babe. Hi, internet friend. Fucking internet friend. What's up, internet friends? Hell yeah. Shout out to the people moving here to Virginia from Arizona. Beautiful people, lovely people. They like me. I have services, they request them. I love these people. No. What's up, y'all? Climb on in, climb on in, climb. What's up with the Shaka Khan backup dancer? I'll be Shaka Khan backup dancer. Through the wire, through the living, down to the wire, through the living, through the wire, through the living. Shaka Khan hit the stage and befuddled everybody. I looked in your eyes and I can see with love so graciously you're not trusting your heart to anyone. I want you so I'm willing to go through the wire, to the limit, to the wall, for the chance to be with you. I'll gladly risk it all. I said I love her. Man, y'all climb on in. Salute, yup. Get out of Chicago, Floyd's. California is New Orleans if you can. Okay, hold on, what? Get out of Chicago, Florida, California, and New Orleans. Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying leave California for New Orleans. Yeah. Most people aren't running around with the leave Florida narrative just yet. Severe duty, you're a little bit early for that. You're a little bit early for that, but you are correct. Yeah, people are still in the flee to Florida phase. So you can't just, you right though. They going, a lot more. I can see in the future a lot of people leaving Florida. Why would they do that, BG? Because it's Florida. A lot of people from California moving to Florida never had to deal with crocodiles in the fucking trash can. You know? Snakes in the HVAC system of their vehicle. You know? A fucking banana colored python in the toilet. You know, shit like that. You know, palmetto bugs and whatnot. Not only palmetto bugs, but Haitians, Cubans, unlimited Mexicans. You know, just Zopound, Rolling 60s. Well, they familiar with that shit, but Carol City Cartel shit. All the shit that Rick Ross raps about. Leaving Cali for Florida sounds like a bad move. Yeah, the Haitians. And people love it. People will complain about the demographic shift and then go move to a place where that's all there is. Warm climates are in. Through the wire, through the limit, through the wall. For a chance to be with you, I gladly risk it all. Shout out to Kanye West for sampling Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan said, hell yeah, Kanye West sampled my song and I fucking hated it. She didn't even like this shit. Man, shout out to Zopound. Man, watching Jailbird episode about New Orleans, they were all saying they need to get away from there. But Mardi Gras and the hoods keep bringing them back. Nope. New Orleans is just one of those spots, man. You got a lot of different people that were there from the start. You know, once belonged to the French, so it was a part of the French Empire, and this country had to buy that area from the French. But yeah, you got Cajuns, which I don't know how Acadia became Cajun, and I guess it's just how people in the South just slung it. But you had a lot of people, you had a lot of French Canadians leave Canada when shit got popping with America and, you know, the British and shit, and they just went south. You know, that whole Acadia, all that shit in the Midwest, that shit used to be Acadia going up to Canada. A lot of people stayed in Canada. Why they speak French up there, and a lot of people went to the South, and you call them Cajuns now. And you got the Creoles, then you got Haitians. There's a lot of French speakers down there, though. And it's a lot of slang. It's a lot of the dialect of English has a heavy hint of French. You know what I'm talking about? Just the wave of pronunciation. You can hear it. Shout out to New Orleans. It's rich with history, culture. I mean, it is with shit violent, but everything ain't all cookies and bubbles. You know? It is what it is. You know, if you don't like it, just don't move there. If you live there, learn how to operate within the confines of that fucking jungle. You'll be alright. Ain't nothing but something to do. Watachi and that. What's up, Watachi? How you feeling today? Watachi is Ohio's finest. Shout out to Watachi, man. Yep, like St. Louis style Reds, but I'll never go there if I don't have to. St. Louis is one of the deadliest cities in America. A lot of people, they'll say Chicago, but St. Louis St. Louis is just raw. That shit, It's a whole different type of ordeal going on out there. That shit just raw. There's a lot of good spots in St. Louis. There's a lot of good people in St. Louis, though, man. Don't let the media just tell you, yeah, St. Louis, the #1 deadliest city in America. Woo, woo, woo. Man, it's a lot of good people out there. If you go out there on business and you know what you're doing and you got your head on straight, you can go out there, you can navigate the bullshit. Keep your glasses on so you Ray Charles to the bullshit. You know, it depends like going to the penitentiary. You can make it out alive or without joining a gang. It's just what you choose to do. If you want to go there and talk about where the weed at, or you want to go there and think you gang banging, because them niggas been gang banging down out there for a while. Like they got the first wave of Crips and Bloods and all that other shit that hit St. Louis before it even hit Texas and went to the East Coast. So them niggas is on that shit. They on their homegrown shit, got their own local gangs. A lot of niggas represent their neighborhoods. And then you just got shiesty people in suburbia that are just extremely shiesty. Like on some St. Louis shit. Like and then, and then you just gotta know how to navigate it. You'll be alright. I didn't want to come to Ohio. Jesus brought me here. Man, shout out to Ohio and shout out to Jesus. Shout out to Ohio. You are Ohio's finest. You in that cowboy hat. Shout out to Ohio, shout out to Jesus. Plenty of crime up here with Tachi. Extreme amounts of drugs. Oh yeah, oh hell yeah, Ohio filled with drugs. But I don't know why y'all think Ohio just cookies and bubbles. I don't know. Bone Thugs and Harmony from Ohio. Bars. Atlanta is rough as Atlanta is fruity as fuck. Ain't man, niggas ain't man. Atlanta ain't been Atlanta since '95. Atlanta isn't even Atlanta. Atlanta is New Jersey. Atlanta is New York. Atlanta is Oakland, LA, San Antonio. There are very few native Atlanteans in Atlanta. Cause somebody just be like, "It's Atlanta, it's rough." Man, them ain't even Atlanta niggas. Them niggas ain't homegrown. It's a whole lot of transplants because it was like the gold rush. People just rushed out west. And when people were hearing about niggas prospering in Atlanta, man, niggas from all over just started flocking to Atlanta. Hey, you talking about you had and then native niggas, they just started living outside of Atlanta. They started living in Gwinnett County and DeKalb. Niggas was in Macon, Georgia, Savannah. Niggas was in River. Niggas moved because it was just too much going on. That's why the traffic fucked up now. The whole thing about Atlanta used to be, oh, it's cheap. Not no fucking more. Shit. Not no fucking more. Everybody and their mama there. Georgia in general is just overrated. But shout out to the Peach State nonetheless. It is what it is. I'm on this that Whitney Houston shit. This the shit Whitney Houston just with the shades on, you know she was drunk as a bitch. What if Whitney Houston never took a bath and overdosed? They say life's a bitch, but I like the bitch, so I'ma hold her close. I'm on my Philly shit today. Cleveland or Pittsburgh. Shit, Pittsburgh right there. Pittsburgh close to Ohio. That shit like right there, ain't it? All that shit close to Ohio. Butler, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, that other little spot, like all that shit you got like, well, like an hour, like Butler, like an hour away from Pittsburgh or some shit. But all that shit right there by the Ohio border. The Cincinnati, Cleveland, Livingston, Columbus. Yeah, and they got a big Amish population that shot out of Pennsylvania out there in Ohio. So you got a lot of different Amish factions in Ohio. Dayton, Ohio, where 75 and 70 connect, 70 from. Hey, you see, this why like foreigners and people just in Europe or in Africa or in Asia some fucking way they want to come to America. They should let me be their tour guide because I can explain this shit a little better. If you watch this shit on the news, they gonna have you thinking America is just so fucked up everywhere, including the cities. I can show you. It just depends on your mentality. There's a certain beautiful aspect to the city. Um, just in the fact that a lot of people come together to make this shit work. Like a lot of people not even knowing that that's what they're doing. For real, it's just teamwork between people that don't even know they're on the same fucking team. Then you got city. Then I can take you to the countryside and show you that shit. You know, just show you the straight beauty of America. They not gonna give you that shit on the news. They just gonna tell you, oh, 88 niggas got shot. 88. You know, Chicago is one of the top tourist destinations. But all you hear about in America is how fucking wicked it is. How them niggas out there weird wicked and call it 9 Ramadan. Like Chicago is I believe the #1 most beautiful city in the fucking world. Or some shit like that. Don't give me the line, but it's up there for like travel destinations and shit. But you gonna watch the news and you be like, oh, the people's nations and the gangster disciple. Oh, man. Shit, it's a lot of beauty out here, man. And you don't gotta go far. It ain't like you gotta pop with somebody all the way the fuck out there to experience. It's right there, man. I don't need the city anymore. That's where the evil exists. And shit, the evil exists everywhere. This what I'm not gonna do no more. Like people bash, like the thing is, everybody loves bashing the city now. That's the popular thing to do. The narrative has been started that, yeah, get out of the city. Shout out to you, man. Get the fuck out the city. Shit fucked up there, yeah. And shit fucked up everywhere. I ain't even gonna hold you. And then too, sometimes it's like city people feel like they'll be welcomed anywhere. Like I could just leave the city and go live rural. Your neighbors ain't gonna fucking like you. Shit get real tribal the further away you get from the city. Like people think cities are concrete jungles and shit tribal, and they got this over here, Ukrainian, that over there, Jews, that over there, niggas. Man, these niggas out here in some of these spots in town and then on the countryside, they tribal as fuck. It's the same. The city people are no more evil than some people you'll meet in the country. It's just niggas in the country got better publicists. Because when you think about country, especially middle America, you think about the Bible Belt shit. You think about, oh, this where God-fearing Christian. Man, a lot of them niggas strung the fuck out, man. They strung the fuck out on their property. A lot of them niggas out there ain't living like shit and hate their life. People swear the grass always gonna be greener on the other side. It just depends on your mentality. You know, that shit like marriage. Some people dying to get in, some people dying to get out. City people move different too. Like that's the thing. That's why the country's getting fucked up. The countryside fucked up now because a whole bunch of city people. They just up and leave all their culture, heritage, everything. The city, nigga, that's you. You let somebody on the internet make you feel bad about living in the fucking city. That's just one of the many achievements that humanity has accomplished to be able to live like that. That shit relatively new, kinda, sorta. But before that, people were murking people, doing drugs, taking over people, taking land, slaughtering families. Like that countryside shit don't work. Pol Pot grew up on a farm. Most of the niggas you people hate grew up on a fucking farm in the middle of nowhere. Them ain't even city niggas. Especially down throughout history. And if you want to get biblical, it's the same fucking way. Shit, them niggas wasn't in DC. They weren't in Seattle, Washington doing the bullshit that got them wiped out. You know, niggas swear that shit gonna be better. Yeah, bad people come from everywhere. Man, bad people come from everywhere, Holmes. I ain't even gonna hold you. Keep in mind, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I was locked up with people from the country. They are bogus as fuck. Y'all think these niggas in the country just gonna welcome you with open arms if you from the city and give you a peach cobbler or some shit? Man, some of these niggas bogus as fuck. They do some of the wildest shit out there. And end up in the penitentiary. Old country niggas and shit. I ain't even talking about niggas. I'm talking about niggas. I'm not even talking about niggas. I'm talking about niggas. Niggas, they bogus as hell. Doing weird shit. It's just popular to think they're all, you know, shit gonna be cookies and bubbles when you make it to the other side though. But that too will pass. And you're gonna have more and more people wanting to move to the city. This shit just goes around in a circle. It just keeps going the fuck around. We stayed on the south side. Little Black Riding Hood. What's good? What's up, Oxygen News? If you're looking for trouble, you know, country making batches of meth, city whipping up pots of rock. The thing is that people don't understand is people big up a certain way of life, but it's like all these people with the mentality of I gotta flee the city and go to the country. You keep going to the country, soon there won't be no fucking country. Everything that made it beautiful will be gone. Why? Because of you. And people like you. People don't know how to peace be still. People don't know how to get it out the mud where they are. People don't know how to get along, so they look for the path of least resistance and feel like I can just move out here and I don't have to, interact with somebody or I don't have to deal with the politics that they got going on. Which may be true for a little bit, but man, when you go to some of these small towns and you see more and more storage units being built, it's a wrap. I remember when Fredericksburg used to be country as fuck. Man, them niggas from DC found out how cheap that shit was down there. Man, they building easy. They been working on the easy pass going down there. It's unlimited traffic in front of that shit is a city now. Culpeper gonna be this. Culpeper is on his way too. There's a lot of niggas like, man, I gotta get out of here. Niggas is going to Culpeper. It's just one hot pot jumping to a cooler pot with many bodies turning that cool pot hot, going to the next one and keeping the cycle going. Then not to mention you got the developers buying up all the fucking land. See, developers take notice of that. They may buy 140 acres and just put nothing but condominiums and townhomes, shopping plazas up there, and then the native people, like the aboriginal, like the people who grew up there, homegrown, they're gonna be like, yo. And then people wonder why they salty. Why when they move somewhere, people it's hostile. It's not because the people, not because the people just hate you. It's just like, yo, their whole way of life just been uprooted because you want to keep up with the Joneses or what you see online people doing. Hyde Park is good. Shout out to Hyde Park. But yeah, man, leave the city if you need to. Shit, leave the country if you need to. Some of y'all in the fucking country right now, it ain't shit there but drugs. Your dad beat on your mom. The women around there ain't shit. All of them been ran through. A lot of them women in these small towns, these beautiful countrysides, then they ran through. Everybody in the country, like everybody know the bops. They be like, go to like Emporia the same way. You go to Emporia, Virginia, little small town. You go to Jarrett, anywhere in any country in any state. Go to anywhere. I want them over here. Man, the women around there, man, I'm telling you. And then you a foreigner to them. You from out of town. So 9 times out of 10, they gonna be on you. That's if you don't go there with no. That's if you're a young man, you just want to move and start over and put roots down somewhere. But yeah, man, the whole town know who, like, yo, she like just yeah, shawty a bop, like she. So the men there, they don't want to deal with the town girls. They already went to high school with them. They like, yo, I've been there, done that. Shawty over there, they ran a train on her back in the 12th grade. I ain't trying to marry that. So they gonna look out. You gonna have and then too, just the sheer amount of opportunities, you're gonna have a lot of people who are native there, they try and move into the city. And then in the city, niggas try and move the fuck out. But some of y'all old too, and y'all just ready for retirement. It's a lot of old people with that mindset. Move to the city. They pulling the camper, driving slow as fuck in the left lane. Got an F-150. They're just old as fuck. Just move somewhere and. Mexicans everywhere. Hell yeah. Shout out to Smitty with the F-150. I have become Smitty with the F-150. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like sometimes I'll just be driving down the road. I'm Smitty now. This shit just hit me like, yo, I'm Smitty. I'm really Smitty. I used to ride with him doing various jobs. Felling trees, cleaning up debris, junk removal, anything, man. Just fucking anything. Random grass cuts. lawn maintenance, garden tilling. Just I'm like, damn, I'm him. I'm him now. Smitty gone, but yeah, I'm him. That shit crazy. I never thought that I would get older and just be doing that type of shit in life. Like you usually look at the men who do that and you like, nah, man, I'm trying to make money. Like I want to get like I make money, but you think to yourself, you like, man, I want to make money. Like you thinking you you a young man, but you thinking ahead of yourself and you thinking fast. Like you feel like you want to make. I don't know if it's the movies. I don't know if it's the online personalities, but you just feel like, yo, they making like 17 mil a year. Like I'm trying to do that. You get you your plate is filled with all these people talking about this financial shit, and you like, yo, I'm trying to do that. So much so to the point where you never really think about getting a fucking lawnmower and cutting grass. Real shit. I just helped somebody out this morning. I never thought I'd be doing that type of shit. I never thought I'd be felling trees or doing cleanup or doing. Like you just don't think about that. You kind of look down, not look down. I never look down on Smitty, but the sentiment between some young people when they see like a hard-working man that has to work these jobs in order to make a living for himself, they kind of look at that like it's depressing. Like they don't want that's what they don't want to be when they grow up. Like no boy, they out here, but no boy just growing up is like, yo, him right there with the pickup truck doing weird jobs. Just living like the Witcher from contract to contract and job to job, but just him right there with the business. I want to be him. Him pulling the skid steer. Yeah, I wanna do what he does. No boy does that. No boy does that. They wanna be Tim Pool. They wanna be Tim Pool. They wanna be Owen Benjamin. They wanna be Steven Crowder. They wanna be Ben Shapiro. They wanna be Officer Tatum. They just wanna get into this shit. The wave is politics now for young people. This the politically charged generation. So it's less and less young men doing the type of shit that I do. You want to play pro sports, man? Even that starting to phase out, man. This shit, these is phases. Even that, like the sentiment, it just isn't there for sports no more. Not really, except for when you look in these high schools, or you may have a son that's in sports and he doing that, but there's less and less of that. You don't hear young kids talking like that today. Not really. They're not doing like back in the 2000s. That's all niggas wanted to do. That's all any like, yo, I'm gonna make it big playing sports. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Like nobody wanted to work. Who wanted to work? Nobody wanted to fucking work. No young man. Nobody looks up to the type of shit that I do. Nobody says, yo, him? Yeah. Yo, I'm trying to do that when I grow up. Nah, nigga, it's the entertainers, the actors, the social media influencers, the online personalities. And right now, especially this new generation is politics, huh? These little niggas is into politics like no other generation. I'm talking about like these niggas would be 15 and just hardcore conservative, hardcore liberal, hardcore whatever it is. They just there and got the talking points downloaded. They got the data, spreadsheets, hardcore truthers, You ask them a question, they gonna rattle that shit off. They gonna sound just like politicians. You gonna hear this shit like, damn. Like the dude made by Jim Bob had on here, Andre, the little homie. It was like, damn, cuz sound like he had all the data, like he just downloaded the shit from PragerU and all that other shit because the shit popping. This is the wave. Like, you can't blame little niggas for being like this. This just the wave. But it's like they sound just like him, but they say they just want to do something different. But they talk, the talking points are there. The cookie cutter, man. Politically cookie cutter. All of them. You like, damn, how old are you? They like, yeah, I'm 22. You be like, damn. And people like, hey, smart for 20 times. Hey, knows a lot. Yeah, politically, but man, we don't have no workers. We don't have no workers. Everybody want to be a boss. Everybody want to be a boss. Everybody wants to be an influencer. Everybody wants to be a top G. Everybody wants to be a fucking Ben Shapiro. So no one wants to work. These little niggas don't want to work, son. Yo, niggas speaking that politically shit. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna put this rake in your hand and see what the fuck you can do with it. You know? You're just getting less and less. But that too will pass. For a while there, it was all about the trades, you know what I mean? Yeah, a whole lot of truth is they were promoting the, get into trades. They were promoting the things that they didn't do to make it. Telling the young men what to do to make it. Which wasn't what they did. But the shit sound good. Telling people to get a trade, that shit sound good as fuck. But even that's starting to pass. Yeah, sometimes I just sit back and notice the trends. I notice the trends. I notice what's fashionable in certain circles. Yeah. And it always shifts. It always goes on. But that's just us as people. We don't stand still long. We just people be peopling. Trades are good. Man, that shit sound good. Ain't nobody trying to put. See, I hop out, I jump out of my body for certain things. And the get a trade talking point, it typically comes from, okay, it's me removing myself from my body. I'm no longer me, but I'm a man of understand. I'm trying to understand the other side. The people who usually on that, yo, get a trade, are people who have no fucking trade. But they're people who are successful in what it is they do, whether that be entertainment or online personality, people like On Benjamin, people like Andrew Tate, people like who made money doing something else, but it's just fashionable now, and it sounds socially based to tell these little niggas out here to get a trade. Me removing myself from me and becoming a little homie myself, I can hear that. It's just like how I used to look at Smitty. I can hear that. I can hear somebody say that, but I'm gonna look at what you do. This is why my dad, my mentor, Smitty with the F-150, were hella examples in my life. It really kind of paved the way and guided my steps without actually trying to coerce me into one thing or another, because not only did they talk it, they did it. So I had men in my life as a young boy that talked it and walked it. But a lot of online people make money in Hollywood. They'll make money from an audience. They'll make money from live streams. Now, I'm not even coming off of what's morally wrong or what's wrong. I'm not saying none of this shit wrong. I'm just explaining shit. They'll make money from entertainment. They'll make money from The NBA. Shit, Kwame Brown was on that bullshit. They'll make money from sports or whatever it is, but then they'll come back and tell the young niggas to get a trade. The young niggas is looking at them like, yo, you got bread, son. You didn't get that bread from a trade. You are not an electrician, a roofer, a mechanic, a technician of any kind. You're not an HVAC. You're not a paver. You're not in concrete. You don't even have your CDL. And you got it going on. I want to do what you do. Yeah, the get a trade shit, that's just a talking point to get niggas like that in the door. But the rest, as far as the actual example somebody laid and showed you how they increased their financial gains by doing that trade, them niggas can't do it. They just vaguely tell you, get a trade, go get a lawnmower and cut grass. Some extremely vague shit that they never did themselves and don't know how to fucking do and can't really break it down from the rooter to the tutor. You know? So shit, a lot of time young men, they gonna look at what you do, not necessarily what you say, even though they will entertain what you say. People usually look at people's lifestyle. So I can hear somebody talk that farming shit all day long, but if I know you got your money from being a fucking comedian, or you got your money from being in sports, man, I'm gonna try to get into sports, or I'm gonna try to be a fucking comedian and make it in Hollywood. At least make it enough until a nigga like Steven Crowder recognizes me so I can get some fucking recognition in a little audience. I'm not actually gonna do the trade shit. That shit just sound good. It's like a phase. It's like people who never operated within that career or specialty, they monetize it for the benefit of receiving adoration for the illusion of them providing some type of solution of which they themselves can never achieve. And these are the type of niggas that people call role models. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? They say your word is everything. Everything in whose eyes? Guys confuse lies with the truth. That mean the true lies. My 2 eyes seen plenty of dudes die, but I survived. You guys can't walk in my shoes. You not my shoe size. Yeah, I sold a couple bricks, couple birds flew by. Coke white like he got blonde hair and blue eyes. Pies eye moving them. In the hood I'm a hoodlum. My jewelry shop, my jewelry box remind you of Jerusalem. Cats like the blasted damn cat like a Muslim. I call a 9 Ramadan when I'm introducing them. Who the fuck is this? Oh, you're adorable. You're adorable. You're adorable. Yo, I got 2 more questions left. Oh darn, I prove you to be what you are. I'm done with you. What? Man, I've been up here living in my head and you niggas is talking up. What the fuck is going on with you guys? Hold on. Oh, what is going on? Wait a minute. Seattle, take the light train downtown. Yeah, I ain't even gonna touch that one right there. Yeah, they beefing. They beefing, cat. Yeah, they wild. I tried to throw in a couple jokes and bring some levity to the situation, but they not having it. The girls are fighting. Hell yeah. They are yogurt deprived. Hell yeah. I got 2 more questions though. I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. Where's Faith to give the girls a yoga? Faith is on vacation at a women's rights rally in Belize somewhere. She told me she'd be tardy for a little bit, like, but she had like she had like some type of pro-abortion rally in the Cayman Islands or some shit. She Faith doing one right now. She faithing right now. So, and I'm not about to hand out yogurts myself. I don't do that. I don't touch yogurts. So y'all just gonna be yogurt deprived, you know? What inspired your stream title, Go Do It? Oh, I was trying to inspire myself. Because I don't feel like splitting the bark off that cooking wood over there, but I would just go do it. I was like, I need to just go do it. And I just was like, you know what? Just go do it. Go do the shit. I was talking to myself. You could at least give some timeouts. I don't give timeouts. I don't put people out with that's Faith job. When Faith not here, this shit just straight anarchy. I don't do that. Okay, I see you. Dog, you was talking about me always arguing, but with Tachi, the one always in here arguing with people. Nah, I love anarchism. Shit, you love anarchy, go to Haiti. They got unlimited anarchy there. It's pretty much what it is. It's no form of government. It's run by gangs. Like they assassinated the last government. Like the U.S. tried to install somebody. They wasn't having that shit. I don't know why I'm doing the Whitney Houston thing, but yeah, the U.S. tried to install somebody. They wasn't having it. I'm doing the Deborah Burks. I triangulated data. If you had 20-something acres of farmland, what would you grow? I wouldn't grow shit. I probably had like a tiny little garden. I'm not into farming. I ain't even gonna sit here and disillusion myself or romanticize the shit or do any of that. I do other things. I'm built for other things. Farming isn't one of them. Maybe having a garden or a little homestead and growing food, yeah, I can do that all day. But farming, fuck no. That's just not me. Hey, like a weed, they saying no. 20. Yeah, I probably had trees. It'd be a bunch of cherry trees, shit for lumber. Shit, they be in, you're looking at it being lumber. That should be a fucking wood yard fucking with me. That'll 20 acres, that's where I process the wood. That's big woods acreage right there. That ain't farmland. Me either got to turn this 40-acre liability into a 40-acre asset. That's easy depending on what state you are, your local laws. Shit, all you gotta do is rent the shit out. That's what most farmers are doing. Get somebody a lease. Just rent this shit out. You got some acres, somebody looking for a little bit of land to make some moves on, depending on what the shit's zoned for. Man, they can set up shop right there, or they looking for a field so they can graze their livestock or some shit. All types of people looking for things like that, but they don't want to buy it. Shit, you could breed horses on that bit and have somebody else do all this shit like that. Yo, this. What streams of revenue do you recommend to support a homestead? And you're gonna have to work. I don't know what streams of revenue. You're gonna have to work. Whatever it is you do that to support your homestead. I don't know what you do. There's people that work in Washington, D.C. There's people that work at the Pentagon making some shit of money. And they'll live in Front Royal, Virginia with like 10, 15 acres they homestead. But it's just a man, he gets out and goes to work every fucking day. You know, the woman she doesn't work. She stays home. She looks after the homestead. Or it's a lot of, 9 times out of 10, the women folk, that's why you see a lot of women running the homestead, because the man out there working. Some of these women y'all follow on these homesteads, you don't see their husband all in their videos like P. Diddy. That nigga is out working. He getting the money so she could play in the garden. Real shit. Like shout out to Dirt Patch Heaven. Dirt Patch Heaven, she got the homestead jumping. You see her husband, he worked. That's just the way it go. It's just with this internet age, people feel like the both of you could sit at home with the kids all fucking day and just have a happy homestead. Like, that shit is not reality. That shit not, you gonna fall behind on bills. That shit gonna cost money. It costs money to operate that. If you don't have no money coming in because you thought shit was cookies and bubbles, because you was just gonna move to a small town, and you find out all the people from the town got all the jobs in town and you can't get no fucking work, the nigga online sold you a dream. I mean, you get a trade or something. That's why I can legitimately tell people get a trade. Shout out to Slick Rick. You heard what that nigga said. From Hawaii, he was like, yo, I can do it. I can go anywhere and find work because I'm valuable. Like, people need this type of service. I'm a guy that can provide it. And that shit transcends state lines, countries. Shit, when you know how to do something valuable, nigga, that shit, man, it's up. You can move down back on around that motherfucker. You don't gotta be tethered to a city. Like, it's easy to find work. A lot of people, some people don't have that though. So I mean, I just say do whatever it is you doing, or give yourself some time to grow. A lot of people see shit like the homesteading content and feel like they supposed to have that now. Sometimes it's just not your turn. Sometimes that's what those people are supposed to have. They have what they have because they work for it. They older than you. But you young as shit trying to get everything overnight, talking about what am I gonna do? And you gonna live, keep working. What the fuck you work? Kroger? Nigga, work there and be happy. Where you live? The 5th floor of an apartment complex in San Francisco? Nigga, keep living there, be happy. Don't let these niggas online make you feel bad for where you live. High step over that dog shit and that human shit that's on that curb right there and take your ass to work. And understand you working, you got a purpose. You got to start, you got to finish. You know where you started, you know where you kind of want to end. Shit, once you know where you start and you know where you want to end, you already ahead of the game. A lot of people don't know. They just drift through life. They don't know what the fuck they want to do. They never leave. They never go. They never come. They never grow. Shit, work your way up. Shit, you better make that money. I don't know what to tell you. Make that money, man. That's a lifestyle that requires money. That shit requires money. Did that Whitney Houston shit, ain't it? All I need is the shades. Man, I'm trying to think outside the box and differently than what I'm used to. I want to buy. You got to wait. Got to be patient. That shit sound cheesy, but man, you got to wait. If it come to you, it's gonna come to you. Sometimes it's just not your lot in life. People just want things immediately. Not you, but I feel like that's the general sentiment towards like the homestead movement, like the resurgence in the homestead movement. Like people want they want it now because this is the microwave generation. Some people don't get there in life until they retire. You know, 9 times, and for real, half of y'all only want it because you seen somebody online doing it and you heard them romanticize it. Half of y'all was just perfectly fine in your city. You didn't find nothing wrong. You knew your neighbors. Y'all were cool. Your mom, your dad lived there. You look out for them. Your sisters is there. Then y'all started getting into the truther shit and going down rabbit holes and just, I gotta get out of the city. A lot of y'all coronavirus kicked it off with the bullshit they was doing. And now you running from something. You just want your life to be easier during the next catastrophe. You're living for disaster. And you want to run. Some of y'all was just fucking fine without all the romanticization of the shit. Sometimes you just gotta wait. Y'all young as hell, y'all 30, 40 years old. I need the homestead. Man, a lot of people used to do that shit, man. They were retired if they didn't grow up on one and get it from their parents. Y'all just want shit overnight because you see it. This the microwave generation. That's what I'm telling you. You see what I'm saying? Now you know what I mean by this the microwave generation. But you might have to put decades into working in order to get that shit. You might have to, man, that shit may be decades away. Shouldn't have cleaned the hat. Nah, Watachi need to clean that hat. I don't know what y'all talking about, but if it's his hat, he need to clean it. I want to build toilet paper from grass clippings. Man, Chris Peck, I'm out here growing my own water. I understand what you want to do. Sometimes you just got to live a little in order to get there. People that hear me, they'll hear about me growing my own water. Growing my own chickens from scratch. No hen, no rooster, no egg, no nothing, nigga, just chicken. And they think to themselves, I want to grow water now. I want to grow water now. Nah, it don't work like that, man. That's not life. That's not reality. That's internet. How do you do that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Bro running around the big wood lumber yard with the same grill over here, maybe. Did you get this info from QAnon? You already know I did. You don't even got a question. BG, would you please shut? Man, I'm not getting into y'all shit, man. I'm sitting here trying to be a comedian. I'm failing at it, and I'm starting to sound preachy out this bitch. And you niggas is arguing, derailing my stream. Y'all just sucking the comedy from my bones with this bullshit. I'm coming off more like a failed life coach than a fucking comedian, and it's because of you. So I'm not getting into that shit. I see the shit. I'm not getting, you know, y'all wild, son. Y'all wild. Either showing out porn, I don't know what y'all even arguing about. That growing water is a joke betrayal. Ban them both. Bro, the next person that say both, I'll ban them. I tell you what. I should have banned my English teacher for saying adult. I should have banned the bitch for saying garage. I was like, did you mean garage? That's a garage. How the fuck are you an English teacher? I grow alkaline. I can send you some for your water. Nigga, I grow air. Stop playing with me. Nigga, I got an air farm. I'll send you some so you can keep existing. Let's trade. Let's set up a trade route. People out there, they be watching people on the internet. He has an air farm. I want an air farm. It's so based. If everyone had an air farm, then everything would be okay with the world because we would be air farming and crushing. Like, man, your kids still gonna hate you. Your wife still gonna cheat on you. You still gonna be broke. And you gonna have to go into debt to do it. Because I made my money to start my air farm in Hollywood. You just a broke bitch. Air farming isn't all it's cracked up to be. Trust me. You know what I'm talking about. It sounds like the frogs are raking again. Hell yeah. I'm growing tadpoles. Tadpoles are great for bio infrastructure. I got two more questions. BG looking like a distinguished Arab from the 15th century. I mean, these kids just hear some influencer on the YouTube tell them to start air farming and think everyone can air farm. That shit mad difficult. That shit mad. Air farming is not like growing corn. I tell you what. Has anyone in here fasted? Who got fasting questions? I'm talking about the real fast too. No water, no none of that shit. Yeah, yeah. No fruit, no people fast and be like, I ate a cracker. Nah, nigga, fast. Yeah, what's up? Nothing. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I thought. Did you go through a fear barrier? Fuck no. When you fast with purpose, you don't give a fuck about all that shit. You don't give a fuck about bragging. You don't care about telling people what you're doing. It's just you and your goal, whatever that may be. That's it. You block out everything else. You're like a horse at the equestrian center with blinders on. You can feel your body going through certain changes. Your bowels move differently. You ever had a bowel shift and move different? Your shit move different, cuz. Between you and the Lord. Oh no, I didn't even fast for like the Lord or no religious thing. I fasted in the penitentiary because they were holding me in solitary confinement along with 5 of my homeboys, and they didn't give us charges, so we was down there for like 6 months, and we were waiting on the official paperwork, the charges, and they kept giving us the runaround. Didn't know what they were charging us for. They just picked us up after the shit with the Aryan Brotherhood went down. So they just went out there. They picked up 6 Crips and got a couple blood niggas and just was holding niggas in the hole. Like every day, like niggas couldn't even call they people type shit. Like he was like, yo, what the fuck are we in? Like what's the charge? Gang task force coming through. So niggas was like, all I remember is the mafia homie. He was just like, yo, we about to go in fast on that shit. At the time, I didn't think about that shit, but I was like, man, say less. That shit was more in protest to how they were treating us in there. We made it 4 days, and that's when the warden and the lieutenant, the nigga with the big hat and the nigga with the smaller hat, with like 8 stripes on his shit. That's when the COs, they came down and shit. It was like, What you want? What do y'all want? It was like, nigga, we want charges. Nigga, either charge us or let us back on that fucking rec yard. Put us back in population. Man, that afternoon, we got charges. And that's how I ended up getting sent to Sussex 1 State Penitentiary, which is a level 5. True story. I have nothing but true stories for you people. 4 days. No food, no water. When the CO come to your door, and it's feeding time, and he try to slide that tray, he open up the door slot and slide the tray through, you put that shit back out. Don't fall for the bullshit. They're gonna come bring you a milk or some shit. They're gonna slide, it's just gonna be a milk. They're gonna be like, yo, eat something. You gotta eat something. Put that shit back out. Don't get it. They can't just throw it in there. They're gonna be mad as a bitch too, because that's more work they gotta do. They gotta do paperwork. They hate that shit. And it's bad press to just let you die. So before you die, you hold out long enough, you gonna get what you want. I don't give a fuck if you want 3 freak bitches. They gonna oblige. They be like, we got these freak giants outside, man. Just let them out here. Let them get the out, man. Just go ahead. Let them have 15 minutes. You gonna get your conjugal visit. I don't give a fuck what it is. You gonna get your drugs. If you want a spot of cocaine, nigga, the warden gonna go, what you want? Like, I just want some cocaine. They be like, I'll be back at 5, man. Just chill. Just get something to eat. I'll be back. Hey, go ahead and eat. You nigga, you be like, he be that damn big with cocaine. Telling y'all real shit. Yeah, they don't play that shit. This ain't Romania and all that other shit. America prides itself, as uncivilized as America may seem to a lot of Americans, this shit real civilized. And people really, a lot of penitentiary, they don't want that bad press. If niggas just die in there because they refuse to eat, or they go so long without eating, there's people checking that paperwork, and the CO that tries to give you your trade, when you reject it, he has to mark that down, and his superior is looking at this paperwork, so they're seeing it. It's not even, the CO may not even like you, but he has to turn in that paperwork at the end of every day. So you're gonna have counselors and other type of people on the outside and doing other things, looking at this shit. And they're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck going on here? They're gonna be like, you know, well, the nigga not eating. What does he want? They'll come in there and talk to you like, yo, what's good? You be like, I'm in here for no reason. I ain't got no charge. No food, no water, BG. How many days? 4 days. 4 days. 4 days. I was gonna die on the 5th day. I'm glad they caved before my chest did. My chest was sunk in like a bitch. You hear me? My shit was sunk the fuck in. My shit looked like a Seattle, Washington pothole. My shit was just caved the fuck in, nigga. My shit was just sitting out there, nigga, jawbone strong as shit. Because I hadn't eaten this shit. I was malnourished as fuck, cuz. Shit was looking real malnourished. Shit, that shit started, nigga, I had shit clean though. My bowel movements was smooth as fuck. I stopped, man, my shit was grain free, you hear me? I cleansed myself from that bullshit they were feeding us in there. My shit was clean. I felt lighter. I felt stronger. It's probably a 1 week break period where you like, I can't do it. And then you make it to the next day, and then the second week, you like, oh, bet, you just super saiyan. But I never made it past that threshold. I don't know, I just did 4 days. My shit documented too. Stop playing with me. All iron, no ish. Potatoes for the main dish. Fuck out of here. Fuck you mean I bleed green? Nice, I did 4 days, no food. Didn't do no water though. Water helped me through. Yeah, no water, no milk, no none of this shit. They had the Muslims in there in Ramadan, they didn't even brush their teeth. They wake up, no nothing. Nigga, they don't brush their teeth, they don't do shit. And when they say they're not eating, them niggas in there, they mean that shit. Well, you a Muslim in there and it's Ramadan and they catch you eating, you might get your ass beat. So it's pressure on you to actually go through with it. It ain't like out here where Muslim niggas is just like, I'm gonna kind of break it. You had Christians in there fasting and lit too. Them niggas wasn't breaking that shit. They were fat. You had Christians that they been fat because people keep each other in line and they like, you know, you got big op, or you got your brother you look up to, and Christ, he on the block with you, and y'all just energy there. Y'all just gonna make sure y'all get through whatever it is, whatever struggle, whatever it is. And y'all know y'all got each other's back. That's how I look at it. So shit was real disciplined in there. Like shit not even as savage as people think. It's more savage out here than it is in there, to be honest. I'm telling you some real shit. And you had the Jews, Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement. When Yom Kippur run around, everybody on the compound in the penitentiary, they sice because they know once the Jews get finished, Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement, they have a feast that night, sundown. They actually bring in like a feast, like a Thanksgiving Day joint in there. There's gonna be turkey on your plate. They gonna sice your dinner tray. And it starts at sundown, Friday sundown, or whatever it is. Whenever it falls on sundown the next day, they gonna come out with a whole meal for everybody in the penitentiary. Real shit. Ramadan, in the Ramadan, that shit the same fucking way. How do you end up with pet eagles, or is it your job? I don't know, I seen this short on Facebook. This dude had like a kestrel, or whatever it is, like a little kestrel. And he in the car, y'all probably seen it. He in the car, and he'll just drive past like a clan of starlings, and he'll just let it look in the little kestrel like a little baby falcon or some shit. It just through the air, and it just next thing he'll get out the car and show you the kestrel got his foot on the neck of a starling and shit. That be that shit man, that little shit savage. Y'all probably seen this shit. Like I see his videos everywhere. I'm like, this nigga got this bird. This shit is a deadly weapon. This shit is a weapon. He just flinging that bitch out the window. That bitch catch whatever is aiming at. He did a drive-by on the starlings. What's up, Hurricane Sheena? My wife and I run a non-profit rehabbing birds of prey. We do it in our yard. Shout out to y'all. I love birds of prey, man. I would do it too, just on GP. If I had access to it, because I like birds. I'm really into birds. Birds do the fuck I want. I like my hawks. Like I did a whole skit, like Flight of the Eagles. Like I did a whole skit about it. Possibly I'm still a bit behind in the video, but the chat went nuts for a good while. Maybe we're reading on a rewatch. I plan to, just for context. You talking about my chat? You know YouTube don't drop my live chat till the next day. I be like, damn, y'all let Anomaly live chat pop up right after that nigga hit the end live button. My shit don't come up till next year. My shit be, I be like, damn, cuz, what the fuck? Fuck going on? Yeah, my chat was bugging. Shout out to my live chat, man, but y'all definitely lost y'all pizza party this Friday for y'all behavior. The way y'all were behaving in this live chat today, I know y'all parents raised y'all better than that. I am not too proud of you people. Yeah, y'all lost y'all pizza party this Friday. Why aren't you showing the photos old darn says you have of me, BG? I don't know. I don't have, man, listen. Listen. They say your word is everything. Everything in whose eyes? Guys confuse lies with the truth. That means the truth lies. My 2 eyes seen plenty of dudes die, but I survived. You guys couldn't walk in my shoes. I'm not your shoe size. Yeah, I sold a couple bricks. Couple birds flew by. Coke white like it got blonde hair and blue eyes. Bars. Next question. First time having eagles though, 2 came to us within a week. Never had that before in our 3 years of rehabbing. What type of eagles y'all have? I'm getting sick of bald eagles. I'm getting sick of bald. I think, like, isn't it the golden eagle the biggest eagle? That shit is huge. Don't they got an eagle native to Africa? That shit is just epic. That shit darkens the sky when it glides. That bitch soar. That bitch so big it don't even flap its wing. That bitch just be shh. That shit just keep riding the current on up. He sold his base for the skid steer, you bigot. Hell no. That just helped. There's no way you can sell it. You could sell 5 Warwicks and won't have enough to get a skid steer. I had to sell a lot of little miscellaneous things. I had to really put my money where my mouth and where my thoughts were. That's just the only way I can respect myself. I gotta respect myself at the end of the day. It ain't even about what nobody else thinks or anybody else saying anything's okay or what they would do for me or what they're gonna do or how they want. Like, I gotta be able, I live with myself. Like, I live in here, man. I'm in this body, this bag right here. This my bag. I'm in it. I gotta be able to live in this bitch, knowing what the fuck I did. And I be thinking about shit. I be laid up thinking about shit like, damn, I didn't even have to do it that way. I could have did it this way. And it's be like, yeah, but man, you gotta live with yourself. People always take the easy way out. Sometimes you gotta let go of something you like. And if you really like it and you're supposed to have it, that shit gonna come back to you. If I'm supposed, if I do I'm a bass player. I grew up a bass player. My dad taught me how to play the bass. I played for like 6 bands. My first bass, when I moved here, I went and got the jazz vintage 70s Squire jazz bass. I paid like $600 for it. Then I went and got the Fender Rumble 500 watt amp. That shit was like $800. But I'm sitting there, I'm doing other things in life. If I just want to hold on to that for the memory of what I used to do, and it's just sitting there, that's a piece of equipment that not only could I make money on to fund what I'm now doing, that's something somebody, a musician, an up and coming bassist, that's something that they can use to actively do shows now. That's somebody else's dream at this point. Yeah, I'm a bass player, but I'm not playing the bass right now. Me playing the bass doesn't pay the bills. I got to live. You hear me? I got to live. So I'm gonna get over myself and my fucking emotions, and I'm gonna do what men do. Boys do what they want, men do what they have to do. Did I want the bass? Yes. But did I have a need for some equipment in order to make money so I can start something for myself? In order to pay for shit? So the bass had to go. The amp had to go. The wood chipper had to go. The lawn tractor had to go. The Jeep Grand Cherokee had to go. A whole lot of shit had to go. Why? Why, BG? Because that's what men do. Well, at least it's what they used to do. We living in new times. Where did you sell it? Facebook Marketplace. I ain't even gonna hold you, fam. BG, keep your tools. I'm not letting them shits go. I need my tools. The minute I'm like, if I get an injury or some shit like that, or I'm not able to do certain things, man, I'm letting all that shit go. I don't hold on to things. Holding on to things holds you back. It's like I said before in a previous live stream. Some people trying to climb and reach new heights in their life, but they got both hands filled with old shit, and they're just steady trying to climb a ladder upwards and wonder why they're not getting nowhere. You gotta let this shit go. You gotta let some shit go, son. Niggas, people just be pack rats. This shit just be pack rats. And two, I'm just practical as fuck. I'm practical AF. I'm reality based AF. There will be another base when you start rocking financially. That's what I'm telling. That's what I tried. That's what I was saying early in the stream. I had this shit again. Shiny and I want a Warwick thumb. You pick one up for like $2,100, or you get it from Germany like $3,200. Get it from the actual Warwick factory. I was trying to get a Warwick thumb or maybe a Mustang. Something with real beautiful ebony wood on that bitch, or some mahogany or some beautiful shit like that. Fretless, 5-string. With flat round strings on that bitch. It give me that low bottom. Yeah, I'm feeling it. But it's not my time. See, that's what I was trying to tell y'all. A lot of y'all want stuff overnight, man. Sometimes it's just not your time. It's not your time. I'll get there. And if I don't, fuck it, leave it to Beaver. Fretless, you are crazy. I always wanted a fretless bass. This shit just smooth as butter, man. Come on now, this shit just, the sound, you can't replicate it because the fret line is gonna give you that tinge and that shit pick up like when you recording. Like I want my shit pure as the driven snow. My shit just, that shit just smooth. With somebody up there and they really know what they doing, I already know my fretboard. I know my fretboard. I know where all my notes are. I know my notes on the bass. I know what each string does, how it sounds. I know, because I've been playing bass since I was like 12 years old. So I don't need frets. The upside is, once you let the frets go, it's smooth. You just smooth. Now, that can take away or add to a particular song or type of sound you're going for. Like if you want to do slap bass, the slap bass technique that's real popular, you may want frets. Not only will you want frets on your fretboard, you're going to want round wound strings. Those strings are a bit tangy. Ba-dang, dang, dang, ba-dang, dang. Them shits pop like a Vietnamese woman speaking Jamaican. Dang, 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 dum, dum, dum. That shit just pop. You can walk it. Dum, 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 dum. If you listen to Patrice Russian, Forget Me Nots, you hear Ready Freddy on the bass. He's slap bassing. You listen to Marcus Miller uh, on his Luther Vandross song. Marcus Miller in general, round wound, jazz bass. If you get that fretless bass, you moving into James Jamerson Motown territory. It shit just smooth. It hit different. I could tell. I could tell what bass somebody is playing when I hear the song. I can tell the difference between artificial bass. I'm getting better at telling the difference between artificial bass and real bass, and then what bass. I can tell the difference between a P bass, a precision bass, and a jazz bass. I can tell the different styles. I can basically tell who influenced the bass player I'm listening to. If I see a nigga, he jazzy with the shit, I'm like, yo, he he real jazzy with the shit. He on some Jaco Pastorius shit right there. I could tell he really tried to follow him when he was younger. Or I hear somebody else with a unique sound, I'd be like, yo, he was influenced by Stanley Clarke. Yeah, that special piccolo bass playing motherfucker. You know you special when you play a bass, shit called the piccolo bass. Who playing the piccolo bass? They be like Stanley Clarke. With Ted Stanley Clarke, that's a special nigga. He is the keyboard player of bass players. I can tell, man. But right now, my life, where I'm at right now, that's not for me. And I'm okay with that. I don't need it. So I let this shit go. Yeah, Stanley Clarke is just special. I don't like him because he's special. He's better than me. I don't even want to do the shit. He on some he real jazzy with the shit though. But yeah, he good at what he do. So it is what it is. Fretless bass, just a big violin. Don't you ever in your life, don't you ever in your life, ever, nigga, no yogurt for the whole month. Don't you ever compare any type of bass to a violin. Don't you ever in your life compare any type of bass to any type of violin. The violin is for little Asian girls and grown men who don't know how to put air in their tires. Don't you ever compare any bass to a violin. Look at that dog. That's a happy dog. What is that, a fucking border collie? I was watching a video about Alaska the other day, and the dude, they had the professional mushers out there. Dude, mush! He had like 18 dogs. Just, so when they said he was mush, man, them niggas, they shoot off. Those are some of the happiest dogs, and it's another type of dog, and then you got the huskies. Those huskies in a lap, bro, they love it. People like, yeah, abusing the dog. Man, them dogs love it. But I'm talking about, it'd be minus 40 degrees out there. The dogs are out there just, they fucking love it. Bro, you look at people who have huskies in Florida, it is fucking miserable, and they're shedding. They shed all the fucking time. It's like, because they're not in their natural environment. Like, they just shed for no reason. Man, them huskies, he did the document on the mushers. Man, they happy, healthy, and they shit family out there, man. Shit, family. I feel like after seeing how happy those huskies were in Alaska, just pulling a fucking sled across 5 feet of snow and ice. I think it's animal abuse to have a husky in a hot climate at this point. That shit just animal abuse. People in Arizona got huskies. It's just hot and dry. They just can't do nothing but shed. I be looking at them dogs. You look at them huskies in Alaska. They are happy. They fucking love it. People like, oh, it's nasty outside. The dog at the door like, please let me out there, please. This is my kind of weather. It be 33 feet of snow out there, bitch, a blizzard. Nothing but ice flying around. Feel like you being hit with glass. The dog at the door like, let me outside. This shit crazy, man. Yeah, BG Huskies in hot climates is mean. I don't even know. I'm just talking shit, but it just don't. It doesn't. Like, you see it. You like they're different than the Huskies down here. Maybe they're different. Maybe they've adapted to. I don't fucking know, but you know, those were all of them were good boys. I was sitting there watching this shit like, good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. That's a good boy. And the pack leader, they show you how they choose the pack leader, what traits that the dog has to have in order to lead the pack. Like, he's the dog in front. Like, he give a command, dog go left. Give another command, dog go right. Go forward. I was like, how you tell these niggas to stop? Like, man, this shit crazy. They just out there living life, man. Shout out to Balto too, while we at it. But ain't doing anything, man. Yeah, Balto was official. I don't think Balto wasn't a husky. He was mixed. He was the other type. It's two type of sled dogs up there. It's the husky and it's something else. I'm forgetting the name. Or maybe Balto was a husky. But it's a mix of something else. He was a cartoon. Balto was a real dog. They got a statue in California somewhere. Like, this was at a time when the village children were sick. The area was like by the Bering Strait. The Bering Strait is basically the body of water that separates Russia from Alaska. And it's real shallow. So there was a town out there, and they couldn't get a helicopter out there to get medicine to the kids because it was a blizzard. And you couldn't drive because there's no roads going that way. So pretty much, you know, they were shit out of luck. So the mushers went out there, and the good boys, man, they did what they did, and they were able to get the medicine to the children that needed it in like 4 days. Real shit. Yeah, real shit. Hey, Balto and them niggas got it there in like 4 days. Whole time. I was like, damn, through the blizzard, them husks, they love that shit. They love it. He's a good boy. I wanted to get that nigga a biscuit when he got it. I was like, get it, he's a good boy. He's like, who wants a biscuit? This nigga a biscuit, man. Shout out to the Bering Strait. Straight Bering. That shit right, that's what people don't get. I didn't even know that till I looked at this shit. I was like, damn, Alaska, Spain, that shit right, that's Russia. Like, they touching nipples. Like, you see it, you be like, oh yeah, Russia is touching Alaska's nipple right there. They touch it. They're doing the They doing the touch back. You can see it. Look up the Czech wolf dogs. Are they like snow dogs? Then they got like the padded, they got like the foot built for running across deep snow. Like they just built for that shit, man. They got the fur, like man, they built for that shit. All right, I got two more questions. I need to just get me a new phone. I'm gonna get a new. I keep saying I'm gonna get a new phone. I'm gonna get a new phone. I just don't fucking know when. My shit fucked up. But what dog tastes best? Yes. BG, you think I am a liar? No, no one said that. That one question took up two questions. Oh darn. So if you had a question out there and you were waiting to ask me your question, because I said two questions, understand that O'Darn's one question took up two questions and be mad at him. I will now close this broadcast and I will now yeet the live stream. Good day. Is a husky a high back dog? What the fuck is a high back dog? Matt Moeller, get back. What the fuck is a high back dog? What the fuck is that? Fuck is a high back? You've been watching Gundam Wing. Is the husky a high back dog? This nigga been watching Alien vs Predator. It's a high back. That dog you saw in the yard? No, big back. It was a German Shepherd. It was a big back. The dog had a big back. That's where the dog bite force come from. Like muscular, like a Schwarzenegger back. Just a overly big back, just a overly muscular. A lot of pit bulls, you'll see them, like they'll have an overly muscular back. That shit just looks unnatural. Who even Matt Marshall? Your new name is Highback. You high back ass nigga. This nigga that Faith, write that down when you get back from uh your pussy hat rally out there in the Cayman Islands. She's at a pro-abortion rally and shit, right? I didn't know. Let's go take it down. You know, that's when you call into work sick, you like, yo, I need a day off. Or like, what day? Like today. Like you called late as fuck, nigga. To tell me that you need the day off, you couldn't tell me this last week. Can you hold a master class in watermelon growing? No, because I'm not a master. I am I am a novice. Yo, I suck at gardening for real. A lot of people think you need to do this, you need to do that. Most of the shit you just put in the ground and it'll do it itself. Because some people overthink it. You don't have to be a master at nothing. It's just certain things you gotta understand. Is different from other plants, but once you got your plant, man, you just toss them bitches in there. You just spit them bitches out like you Johnny Appleseed. Them bitches will pop right up. I got shit growing in the compost box. I ain't even do shit to it, son. That shit just in there growing. I take the fuck it, leave it, the beaver approach to gardening. And maybe in the future, it will have an appeal that attracts a large amount of new generationers. But right now, people are into the more aesthetic appeal of gardening and for the social status that they get online from it. But me, I'm just on some 300 Spartan shit. Like, nigga, they make it, they make it. Nigga, this shit ain't life or death for real. Shit not life or death. Uh, Fuck it. I want to learn the Amish path of self-sufficiency. You got to convert. Go read up. Your first step is learning about Jacob Almond. No bullshit. Don't just talk that shit. Be about it. And it starts with the knowledge. Why do the Amish do what they do? Why are they called Amish? Why are the Amish here? Understand that shit. Don't just say I want a self-sufficiency like they're not doing it to be self-sufficient. It's a religion. They're not doing it because they're scared of the government. They're not doing it because of truth or online was romanticizing this way of life. They're not doing it because they're sick of the feds or the government. Man, them boys doing it because that's what their religion calls for. It's not even what their religion calls for. The Amish communities are run by the bishop. The bishop tells them what they can and what they can't do, what they can and what they can't have. A lot of Amish don't agree with other Amish, even though they grow up in those communities, which is why Amish will leave one community and start another community in a whole nother state where they are allowed to have that thing that he questioned that bishop about, but the bishop didn't have an answer for. So now they do it. And then they grow up in that community, and then that guy doesn't have an answer, and then they go somewhere else. Go look up Jacob Almond. Go look up the Protestant Reformation of the 1500s. All this shit is important. Go look at what happened to the Amish in Germany. And in all these other places they come from. Go look up the radical Protestants. Go look up the Anabaptists. All of these are keywords that'll get you closer to your goal. And then you'll understand why the Amish don't want you a part of their community. Go look up the Anabaptists. Go look up Jacob Almond. Go look up Protestants. They're Protestant. I disagree. You need to be a master to grow fruit trees. Well, it's a good thing I'm not growing fruit trees, huh? You can't ground your feet or see nature in the city. And protein powder is the way. It's better to be a secret Amish. Amish, it's a religion. It's a religion. And a lot of them are dying to get out of it. How some of y'all feel about being part of the world and not being Amish, that's how some Amish feel about being Amish and being a part of their community and not being able to. The bishop just on some wild shit with all the other shit going on in there. Shout out to the Amish. You can't just Amish your way out of your poor choice. But ain't no way you get me to be Amish. Bro, no tractor. Nope. I got 2 more questions left. I'm gonna get up out of here. Why I got my shit kerchief like that? I got 2 more questions. Were you Owen's only Irish friend? Shout out to Owen Benjamin. I was never that nigga's friend. He was never my friend. There was never no misunderstanding about that. I did an interview with the nigga when I was popping because everybody wanted to do interviews with me because I was the guy making the skits. He had to send the shit to my phone because I didn't have a laptop. So I got the link on his cell phone. So I had his number for a little bit. I did the stream with him. It is what it is. You grow, you move on. I'm funnier than him. I'm a better comedian than him. It is what it is. Shout out to him though, nonetheless. He do his thing or whatever, but he extremely homosexual, but that's what that nigga do. I'm better than him. This is a peaceful stream. It is. Nah, Owen had Eric Nimmer first. Suckers get lit. Suckers get lit. Where's the pick? Oh darn, said you. Watach. Token love. Man, suckers get lit. Shit, ain't no people do the same thing to each other that they do to somebody else and then complain about somebody else doing to them. It's just one big ass circle. You gonna lie no different than Eric Nema and Owen Benjamin. You lied to him, you a sucker. He's there for whatever it was he was there for, to get money or sympathy or to be able to do shows. Same reason Owen Benjamin was with the homie Steven Crowder, and then when he left him, talked shit about him perpetually and started doing his own thing because he no longer needed Steven Crowder because he was getting money from the people watching him. Shit, people outgrow people. People lie. People will lie to you. People will tell you they're this and they're clearly that. People will get mad when you don't see it. You know, the cycle continues. I don't got time for that shit though. I got my own air farm and I'm growing my own water. So Watachi and O'Darn, Watachi, you need to wash that hat, and O'Darn, stop playing with dolls. I forgave O'Darn. Oh God, here you go, Watachi. Where's Faith when you get Faith? When you get back from your Faith, when you get back from your pussy rally for women's power and women's rights and your pro-abortion rally thing you got going on in Belize, can you give Watachi a Mott's applesauce, please? Because Watachi, you're not you when you're hungry. Watachi, you're not you when you're hungry. Yo, somebody get him a Snickers. I'm out.